And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Alex, BlackBelt Fitness, Alex Lima in the house. We're going to talk about some pretty cool, interesting stories happening, some current events, also self-defense, of course. And before we do, a couple of hot listings here. 2817 Gulf City Road is one of our waterfront vacant land listings, commercial. Could be potentially commercial, maybe residential, just depending on what county's going to let you do zoning-wise. 23 acres. On the Little Manatee River, motivated seller, can be subdivided into multiple lots, deep water access direct to the Gulf. 2817 Gulf City Road in Ruskin, waterfront land for sale from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Now, we also have 6504 South Linda is another one of our single-family homes. This is a residential property in South Tampa. Owners are motivated here. You've got 1,900 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, quarter acre of land, updated kitchen and bath at 6504 South Linda Street in Tampa. And you can see all of our real estate properties, PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Alex, welcome back in, buddy.
What's up, buddy? What's good in the hood?
Oh, man, rocking and rolling,
Yeah.
rocking and rolling, working hard and kind of navigating this real estate market, the ups and downs. And
This world, bro.
yeah, in the world too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crazy times we're living in.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's kind of biblical, like, hey, as a Christian, you have to be, it says something to the effect of being happy, be in a good mood, have a good cheer, have good, live to give, choose to be happy. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. That's Psalm 118:24. But it's kind of tough to do when you see some of the stuff going on with the far left radicals taking over the university, all the different media, basically media, corporations, government.
Yeah, everything. The biblical principles are, they're infallible. They're excellent, but they're also easier said than done.
Yeah.
In today's society, especially.
Yeah, the
Modern
things that are
society and culture.
hard, right?
Yeah.
So it's. I heard a great talk by Charlie Kirk when he was speaking to. There was an entrepreneur event, and he was saying, I was talking about the marriage rate. He said, the things that are hard in this world are the things that are meaningful. So, for example, marriage. Marriage can be difficult, right? Having children, that can be fun, but it's also difficult. So I want to get to this clip here too, though. So this Tucker clip is an interesting one. So have you heard the story? Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, I read about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you read about it. So I'm just going to play a bit of this clip, and we'll kind of pitch and catch here.
So imagine this as a business trajectory. You start a small business as a young man in your 20s. You make basically nothing. You work for 20 years. You build it into a much bigger business. Then a huge business comes in, buys it, hands you $100 million. You walk off into early retirement, sort of. And then they come back a year or two later and give you back your business for free. How do you do something like that? Dave Portnoy just did that with Barstool Sports, one of the great business stories in a bleak period. Joins us on our set to explain how he did that. Dave Portnoy, great to see you.
Good to be here.
How'd you do that?
I think right place, right time. We were talking a little bit. I probably owe all my haters, of which there are many.
So anyways, just for expediency's sake, but yeah, it was interesting because a lot of the downfall of that company is when Penn bought it. The government regulators basically took away a lot of the the basic the tenets of his business, the way that he was doing. Example, he couldn't go on to college campuses and promote like Sports Center does or other, the Home Depot set at Sports Center, and it really, because they said something to the effect that, oh well, you're going to contribute to delinquency in minors or children by talking about sports and gambling on campus. So that was kind of one of his tenets of spreading his message.
Yeah. It's funny. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I think it's one of the dumbest policies in place. I'm like, if people want to bet on sports, let them. It's their business.
Yeah,
it's their business. We allow people to drink and smoke cigarettes and eat bad food that is horrible for your body.
Yeah.
Why not let them bet?
Yeah.
Why not let them bet?
Yeah, more of a libertarian stance in that sense. Yeah.
Why not? I mean, who are they hurting other than themselves? As long as it's not my thing is like, do whatever you want to do. Just don't bring it my way. And it does, as long as you're not hurting anybody mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah, affecting others.
Correct.
Yeah, pyramid scheme, things like that. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, and that's for the longest time. It got into that conversation around betting in sports, and then also college athletes being paid, and now you have the name, image, likeness allowing for some of that, which I think it's still yet to be seen if that's a good or bad thing for sports. I don't know, because I think some of the long-term effects could possibly be, well, the big universities like your Auburns or your Alabama, Florida Gators, they will probably still continue to have a leg up because they have more money and donors to throw at some of these athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I see happening. I mean, because it's the traditional New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right.
Right. Their payroll is so much bigger.
Yeah.
So the Rays always seem to do less or more with less.
For sure. Yeah, because the budget with the Yankees and stuff. I mean, they essentially, you would think they have a monopoly on being able to buy up players. But I'll tell you right now, I think a lot of people just don't even want to live in New York and be a part of it.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
We did a story last week where the top financial firms, I think it was $1 trillion worth of assets under management moved. A lot of these top, like 600 top firms moved out of New York.
Yeah.
For Florida, Tennessee, Carolinas, Texas, etc. Here, speaking of monopolies and damn near, here's something that Microsoft is up to.
Microsoft rolled out social credit score. Microsoft already does this, but they did it for the Xbox. And how can a company like Microsoft feel it's okay to begin a social credit system based on primarily monitoring their own definition of hate speech, which we've already seen get conservatives and Christians banned off entire platforms like formerly Twitter? Are you ready to get banned from Xbox, maybe Skype, Word, Excel, just for saying or writing about your convictions, not in the spirit of hate, but in standing up for your own belief system? And what if you're writing an article about something that you have a deep conviction about on Word, or your pastor is writing a sermon on male and female, and all of a sudden Microsoft looked at this and shut down the PC? Shut it down! Because they considered it something that was unethical.
Isn't that crazy? So we're at that point now where they can surf in there, they can read. People that use Gmail,
yeah,
they're going in there and reading your emails.
They're skimming. Yeah, I mean, we know they're doing it, but now it's just become so blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
I'm not a Microsoft fan. I don't use any of their products, and I don't like Bill Gates, man.
I can't stand him.
He's an odd guy, and
Yeah.
he wants to do some really like fringe things with humans and stuff. And I would,
Yeah.
I don't know. People, again, do what you want, but I personally will not spend my money anything associated with that man, not knowingly, anyways.
Yeah, no, and when you buy the computers, a lot of times it's already on there. But one of the other things we got a couple minutes I wanted to get to, because this is a big deal. Senator Ted Cruz, he's always talking about the Strategic Petroleum Reserve and Biden's manipulation that he did right before the midterm elections of selling off some of our precious oil reserves to the CCP.
Joe Biden has sold down our Strategic Petroleum Reserve to the lowest level it's been at in 4 decades. And the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is there to protect our economy, to protect our national security, to ensure that we have energy in a time of crisis. And Joe Biden's used it to try to temporarily lower gas prices right before the last election to get a political benefit from it. And so I teamed up with Joe Manchin and authored legislation to prohibit the federal government from selling oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to China, Russia, Iran, or North Korea.
It's almost like, why would they even have to do that, right? Why do you have to go to that step? Isn't that common sense? Oh, wait, no. One party in our country actually wants America to fail so that they can change the Constitution, eliminate the Constitution, and then rule over all the people remaining, a.k.a. slaves. Okay. Because the Democrat Party, to me, it either falls into one of that category, either that category that knows it, or the people that still don't know it, but they still think there's some credence to that that side of the aisle, but there's really not.
I mean, it's so blatantly obvious at this point that they're using, I'm just going to say it, communist methodologies. It's tyrannical things that they're doing. If you study any communist country, so socialistic communist country, Cuba, Colombia, like all these places, this is the same crap they were doing before Rome fell. This is what they were doing before they came over, and look how it worked out for all those places. So people, pay attention, vote for the right things, voice your, it's just, it drives me nuts. I think about this stuff a little too often.
Me too. I feel like I do too. And but it's real, because sometimes people say, oh, well, politics. Well, life is politics. politics
It will
are the
affect your life,
decision,
absolutely.
and every aspect. For everything from the gas you put in your vehicle to, there's so many different ways. But Alex, we're about to close out here. How do you want people to connect with you, buddy?
Yeah, hit me up. We got some really good training stuff going on right now. I got a client that just lost 40 pounds just by being consistent, following the training regimen and method. So, you can hit me up, BlackBelt_fitness on socials, 813-426-1588. Got a couple of spots open now for one-on-one, so hit me up.
Nice. All right, good stuff. Hey, another great show. We had Robert Paredes talking about lending, Tatiana as well with the hot yoga, and Alex BlackBelt Lima on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community, and pray for our country. Godspeed to you. See you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback.